second guest is Jack Treiber from Energy, Health, and Healing. He's located in Saratoga in Clifton Park. Jack has been doing energy work for over 20 years with advanced and powerful energy techniques. He has been in the energy field his entire life, first as an engineer working in the commercial field of energy, and now more from a subtle, personal, and energy dealing with the human body. Welcome, Jack.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
Doing fine, thank you. How are you?
Great to have you here.
Great to be here, thank you.
So you are an energy advisor.
Right.
Is that correct? Tell us how you work with a patient or a client. For example, if I were to come into you with some issues that I might have, how do you assess me to know which type of energy field, because you're working with an integrated type of energy field, is that correct?
Right, I'm working with very holistically with the person's energy field in total. When I first meet with people, I like to know what concerns they have to help me see what priority I should give to working on them. But when I work with people, I'm always assessing in real time what's presenting itself in terms of their energy system. I'm looking for organs that are out of balance, either too weak or have too much energy or too strong. I'm looking for the chakras, the energy centers in the body. Are they frozen? Are they connected properly? I'm looking for things that are out of balance energetically. I'm looking for emotional stresses that could be contributing to their health issues. So I'm focusing on their entire system, the issues they're actually telling me they're concerned about, but also their entire energy system as well.
And how do you do that? I mean, how do you actually do this assessment?
Well, through some training, experience, and good fortune, I've become kind of acutely sensitive to energy. So when I tune into somebody and I'm in their field, I'm looking at them, and I may have my hands in their field with intent, I kind of ask questions, and I feel the answers. I can feel the condition of each of the organs. I can feel the condition of the chakras, even individual acupressure points. Is this stomach point too strong or too weak compared to this one? So I'm looking in detail at all the components of their energy system, and I can basically feel it. And if I can feel it, I can effectuate changes and rebalancing and clearing of the energy.
And that is wonderful. I am what they call an intuit or an intuitive, and when I lay hands on people, I can see medical concerns that they have as well as emotional. It sounds as though you're doing something very similar when you're going into their energy field. Is that correct?
That is true, yes, pretty much like that.
Okay.
I have a sense of what's going on. I get information, I tune into them, and I can feel and determine the status of each of the components of their energy system, and therefore it kind of guides me as to what would be helpful, what would help them feel better physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually even.
It's wonderful. And you use forms like Aboriginal forms and shamanic forms of energy modalities. Is that part of it? And am I understanding this correctly, that you're a conduit to the energy that is coming from another source, like a spiritual source? Would that be how you would say that?
Well, I do feel I'm connected to other things besides just me. And I'm using techniques such as energy medicine, energy psychology, matrix energetics, healing code, body code, shamanic Aboriginal techniques. But over the years, the more work I've done, I've gotten more and more sensitive to energy. So things have gotten to the point where I'm using my own techniques. There's no name to them,
okay.
But based on what I'm feeling, I kind of combine techniques and develop my own ways to apply my own sensitivities to do some really deep healing.
What would you like people to know about your practice and how you work as an advisor?
Well, I guess I'd like people to know that they can feel better. No matter whether they've tried a lot of things and haven't had good results or good enough results, energy work can really be helpful sometimes where other things have not. In terms of helping them feel better physically, but also emotionally and psychologically. So many of our health issues are either caused by or exacerbated by our emotional stresses. So a lot of the work involves kind of de-stressing and kind of clearing the issues that have been pressing on people, weighing on them, which are contributing to their physical symptoms.
You have been doing this for approximately 20 years.
That's
correct?
right. Mm-hmm.
Is there a common result or a common feeling that your clients feel or express that they feel after a treatment?
That's very interesting. I've noticed over the years that I've had a whole cross-section of clients that the common expression I hear most often at the end of a session is, I feel lighter. I feel lighter. And they haven't lost weight in the hour, but a burden has been lifted from them. That makes me feel really good. And we're talking about men, women, young people, not so young people, thin people, not so thin people, and they feel lighter. So in addition to the kind of the relaxation and calming aspect, which are side effects of the targeted therapeutic work that I do, the fact that people's burdens have been lifted a bit, I think says a lot about how deep the work is and how helpful it can be to people.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful thing that you're doing. Can you give all of us a few more benefits that people might receive? Is pain reduction one of the benefits someone might receive?
Absolutely. People do come in with all kinds of issues. So certainly pain reduction, pain management, anxiety and stress is a huge issue in this world. And so a lot of people come in with that, often as part of other issues. Also, people come in with very weak immune systems. They're getting sick and impacted by things that if their immune system were stronger, they could maybe fight against. So in addition to balancing the whole system, I make sure that when they leave, their immune system is as strong as possible. So chronic conditions, basically anything that isn't right within the body, whatever isn't feeling right physically or emotionally, represents an energy imbalance by definition. If something isn't quite right, there's an energy imbalance. So the energy work I do is very holistic and comprehensive, and I try to help people with whatever is going on. And energetically, often the results are really good.
One more question for you.
Sure.
Before we wrap up. Do you have a customized program for your clients then? For example, someone might need more care than someone else. I mean, someone might receive great relief after one treatment. Someone might need several treatments. Would that be fair to say?
Sure. It's hard to predict what it will take. Normally, conditions that have been around longer or more entrenched might need more time to effectuate improvements. And typically the body can be resistant, even subconsciously resistant to change, even positive change. So sometimes we take 2 steps forward, a half a step back, another few steps forward. But over time, virtually everybody's going to be feeling better, because as your energy system is put into balance, by definition, you're going to feel better.
And I fibbed. I have one more question for you.
Okay, that's fine.
You were an engineer for
Right.
many years. What made you switch from that line of work to healing work?
Well, I've always been interested in the mind and the body and kind of spiritual things and exercise. And I was taking Tai Chi during lunch hours in Albany. And after a few months of doing Tai Chi, which I thought was a physical exercise, I began to feel energy and realized Tai Chi is an energy exercise. So once I could feel energy and it was palpable and real, the engineer in me said, what can I do with this? I could learn how to use Chi for fighting. And I was already taking Taekwondo with my son. I had enough of that. How about energy for healing? So I began studying Chinese Qi healing and on from there. So even while I was working as an engineer, I began studying and doing energy work informally. Then when I retired from my first career, I began doing this for the last 11 years.
It's beautiful, and I'm glad you said that, because the engineers that come to my practice, for my energy practice, I'm also a holistic health counselor, but they often come in just to test it. Because it's a hard concept for them to believe. They come in just to see about this energy flow. So it's really wonderful when they're done with the treatment so that they can see the shift in energy and see how well they feel. You know, the very cognitive thought process, typically. It's hard for them to grasp another concept. I really love what you're doing, and I really greatly appreciate you doing this for all the people and helping them heal. It's a wonderful thing.
Thank you very much.
If you would like more information on Jack, check out his website. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Sure.